Hey folks, good morning and welcome to another episode of Steelers Morning Rush. I'm Alan Saunders. It is Tuesday, April 1st. I know it is not morning, but we waited for Art Rooney to talk today, which just happened a little bit ago. The NFL owners' meetings have concluded with a bunch of rule changes that I'm going to detail for you here on this episode, but also want to mention that Art Rooney talked about Aaron Rodgers, feels confident that he will eventually sign with the Steelers. That video here on the YouTube channel and on your podcast feeds as well. So check that out. For now, though, I want to talk about these rule changes because there are a number of them, and I think they're a little bit complicated. So we'll just kind of go through them one by one. The first and foremost is the change to the kickoff, which will bring the touchbacks out from the 30 to the 35-yard line. So severely penalized for a touchback, only 5 yards less than just kicking the ball out of bounds at this point. The idea is the NFL wants these kicks to be returned. There was some question about whether they should move the touchback further out or just simply move the kicker back. I guess this is what they came up with. I think I would have preferred to just move the kicker back, and I would be interested to see how or why this played out the way it did. But I mean, you can expect to see almost every kickoff returned this year. Now, no one's going to want to give the other team the ball at the 35-yard line. It's going to be a major change. The one thing it does certainly, by not making the kickoff as long, I think it allows kickers with different skill sets to be good at this, because it is not just line up and kick the ball as hard as you can. It's not more like a punt where you need directionality. You may need a hang time or lack of hang time because you have to wait for the ball to hit the ground. So somebody that can move the ball, that can kick it low to the ground and still get it in that box, it's going to be really valuable. So it's interesting. We'll see how it plays out. Art Rooney, when he talks, said, we'll see how it goes for another year. Now, this is a permanent rule change, but the implication is they expect to continue to revisit this. There were actually parts of the kickoff rule change that were tabled to further discussion, like modifying the onside kick portion of it. A couple others that were passed were the change to playoff overtime. So now both teams will get at least one possession, even if the first team scores a touchdown on their first drive, but it will still be a one-period overtime. So in playoff overtime, it just continues. That second possession continues through the first period into the second period. But in regular season overtime, you'll have one 10-minute overtime period, but both teams will have to have a chance to get the ball, even if the first team scores a touchdown. So the second team will be pretty significantly disadvantaged still by the coin toss, right? I mean, a touchdown drive takes 4, 5, 6 minutes, sometimes 10 minutes. It's theoretically possible that they could almost run the entire period out. So we'll see where this goes with that. I like the change. I think it will introduce more ties than we currently have, which I'm not sure people are going to be okay with, but I'm okay with it. I think ties are fine when teams are just deadlocked and evenly matched. The other change here is the expansion of replay assist. That is not changing the challenge process at all, but the replay assist process for when the NFL can get in the referee's ear and say, hey, you missed this, whatever, this is here, this is there, that kind of thing. It can be on applications of the rules. It can be on something that is obviously wrong being corrected by the video. They still cannot throw a flag with replay assist, but they can pick one up if one is missed. And we'll see. That this is one of these things where we're going to get a list later when the officials go through it and see what they can and can't do. Kind of hard to break down exactly what's going to happen there as we stand right now. And then and then we have the final piece, the Steelers free agency changes. Now teams can make a phone call or make a Zoom call with a unrestricted free agent, up to 5 of them, during the contact period. Before now, teams could only contact agents during the contact period. So when the Steelers signed, Slade was a cut, so he didn't count. But when the Steelers signed Patrick Queen last year, Mike Tomlin, Omar Khan, Art Rooney, Terrell Austin, these people could have no direct contact with Patrick Queen before they signed him. Now it's different. They will be able to have the opportunity to have one video or phone call with those players. I think that makes a big difference. You don't want to sign a 5-year contract with people you never met before. It put too much on the dealings of the teams and the agents and not enough about the players. I think this is a move the players will like, and I think it'll make the free agency process a little less dangerous for teams. They'll have a better feel about the potential fit of a player before they commit a whole heck of a lot of money to them. We talked a lot during free agency about how most of the moves that are made in that time period go badly for teams. Maybe this will make a change to that. A couple other minor, like, housekeeping things about kicking balls and scouts and IR slots. I don't think any of that is particularly pertinent. The final thing here is one rule change that was tabled. They do have another meeting coming up in about another month here. This is not nearly as big of a deal, but there things like that, and that is the tush push rule. Art Rooney said the Steelers were against it. I'm sorry, were against the tush push for it being banned. But the rule discussion got a little fractured because the current proposal is very narrow, but there are a lot of similar plays, like pushing the pile down the field and that kind of thing, that they wanted to take a look at the totality of basically whether you should ever be allowed to push a teammate forward at any point, and not just this very narrow ban on the tush push play that had been proposed. And so that is going to get recirculated, and then they'll talk about it again when they meet again in a month or so. And that meeting is just the owners. This meeting is, of course, like all the owners, all the head coaches, all the GMs, the competition committee, all the different subcommittees, et cetera, et cetera. That second owners meeting in May is a fairly minor affair. And so, that's, and then the things that did not pass, the proposal from the Lions, two of them, to eliminate the automatic first down on defensive pass interference. I'm sorry, not defensive pass interference, on defensive holding and illegal contact. That failed, as well as a measure to take away the automatic home playoff game for a division winner. The Steelers were against that change, and it did not pass. So, that's pretty much the nuts and bolts of the NFL owners meetings and our discussion with Art Rooney today. And we will have more, of course, here on the YouTube channel and over at SteelersNow.com. So make sure to go over there and check that out as well. That's all I got for today. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And wish my Steelers Afternoon Drive co-host, Zachary Smith, a great life after podcasting. He's giving it up. And I need applications for a new co-host on Steelers Afternoon Drive. So make sure you give us those for this afternoon. Until then, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching, and enjoy.